Good morning, Wilmington. My name is Vincenza, and I'm here with my dynamic co-host.
Big Ive, if you love me. Ivan Thomas, if you just met me.
Yes, and it's Wednesday, April 20th, 2022. Happy 420.
Happy 420. Happy 420.
It's a good day, right?
Beautiful day. Beautiful day. And speaking of 420, we got some amazing guests today. Amazing guests.
Why don't you tell our viewers who we have on the show today?
Well, we got some guys from around the way that are really doing some amazing things with the youth basketball that I'm glad to have here. Mr. Robert Turner and my homeboy Droop. We all know him as Droop. And they also brought Amir Hite with him. Come here, Amir, real quick. Come on, just hop in. Because it's my show and I can do what I want.
That's right, he can.
This young man right here, top 15 player in Delaware, and honor roll student, right?
Yes, sir.
How many points you score? You high?
25.
All right. We'll be talking to him when we come back.
Yes.
Who else we got?
Yes, we have Dr. Brittany Perry, Doctor of Developmental Medicine at Nemours Children's Health, as well as Skylar Austin, a parent helping the community funding program project. So we have some exciting people, but it's also Autism Awareness Month, so that, you know, to chat about that. And then we also have, a ton of people on the show today.
We had a ton of
Yes,
people
a ton
all
of people on
week.
the yes, we always do. We always do.
We be bringing that heat.
I get so many messages of just individuals that want to come on the show, Ivan.
Right.
I don't know if you received the same thing, but since I've been a part of Good Morning Wilmington, I receive so many emails and messages and people that stop at the restaurant. Oh my gosh, you're in Good Morning Wilmington. I would love to be on the show. I have this, or I could talk about this. Do you know that's such a good sign?
Oh my gosh,
when
it is.
people want to be on the show.
Because we reach so many people, right? And especially, I think one thing that makes it make it happen is because you and I come from diverse backgrounds, right?
Yes.
And we're showing without saying words of bringing people together.
Right.
And we're turning on a lot of people in what I like to say, your side of the fence on the people that I know and people from my side of the fence that you may not know. So they get to watch us, they get to see us interact, and besides that, they get good information.
Yes.
And what is good information? Information that you can use to better your life and just have a great life while you're here living in Delaware.
Yes,
So-
yes. And what we have to mention our last group of guests,
Yes.
because I want to make sure we touch on everyone. We have Kailyn Richards, Director of Policy of the
Superwoman.
Delaware Center for Justice. We have Corie Priest.
Superman.
Yes, Community Engagement Specialist, and Danette Butler,
Yes.
founder of Pardon Me Project. I'm looking forward to chatting
All-American
with her.
superhero.
Yes, yes. No, she was the first guest that arrived, so I immediately went over to her, and I was very excited to meet her. So we have some great guests on the show. But before we get to that, you know what April is?
420?
Okay, well, that could help.
I'm
but,
sorry, everything today is going to be 420.
It is national. No, it's
No,
April
no.
is Stress Awareness Month.
Oh gosh. What do you do to relax, to become stress-free?
So there are a few things that I do. So you know that going to the gym is always very helpful. It's
Right.
very, it's a great stress reliever, staying active and taking care of your health and your body. But I like to journal. And we always think journal what you're going through, it helps relieve stress. I was advised to journal your blessings.
Oh, wow.
I was told that. Journal your blessings, journal the things that you are grateful for, thankful for, the positive. So you're constantly reminding yourself of all the positivity that flows through your world. And it's friendly reminders that you have to stay positive, because the negativity will always be there, but you need to be reminded on the positivity, and that will help de-stress. So that's what I do now. I journal my blessings. But what do you do?
I chant. I do my Buddhist chant, my Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. I go to Joseph Anthony's, right?
Love Joseph
I take long drives. I love to drive with nothing on, and I like to take my drives early morning because it allows me to see like what God created.
Yes.
You know, when the sun comes up. So I love that. I love spending time with my daughter. You know, Maddie. There she
love
go. Look at
Maddie.
her. Look at her.
So Maddie is she is playing my stylist for the day. She approved all my outfits, making sure that I look good. So I'm very grateful that Maddie's on set today. I know she's on spring break for the week, for Easter week, so she's on spring break. But very excited when she's on set. By the way, did you know that she told me that she has lip gloss and mascara?
Girl, look, yes, look, and I'm still fighting that one. All right, I'm fighting that battle.
I said, oh really?
No.
Dad lets you wear all that?
No. She can wear that when she's 40. You know, but the thing about with Maddie, why you know, Maddie was born 1 pound 3 ounces, and she spent 289 days in the NICU. So every time I'm with her, it just reminds me like nothing's really that bad. You know what I mean? So I keep stress away from me just by looking at her. So with that being said, we have a heck of a show. We're going to bring it to you live today, Vincenza. You ready?
Yes, I love live show because you never know what to expect. And we just work with the punches. We roll with everything.
There we go.
When something goes wrong, just keep it going. Because that's life, right? We keep it going. So, but I look forward to meeting our guests. So we should get started.
Let's go. We'll be right back after these messages. Good morning, Wilmington.
Hi, everyone. My name is Alicia Cooper Wells, and I am an independent broker owner. We provide all of your financial needs from mortgages to insurance. We felt like the industry was missing diversity and inclusion, so what better way to fix it than to do it ourselves?
Hi, my name is Diamond Wells, and I am WIG, Wells Insurance Group. We offer access to over 20 different carriers.
Today, we wanted to provide you with 3 tips on how you can save on both your mortgage and insurance needs. Tip 1, good credit. We definitely know that there can be inaccurate information out there about you. So we suggest you visit annualcreditreport.com, which is completely free, to make sure that the information is correct and accurate.
Tip 2, make sure you take advantage of low mileage discounts, being as though people are working from home. Tip 3, make sure you work with a broker like myself who is able to shop you around. You can reach me at 302-504-6191.
Awesome. And you can reach me for your insurance and mortgage needs as well at 302-494-7712. We look forward to working with you.
Thank you.
I'm surprised you didn't run across the floor.
Yes. All right, welcome back, everyone. Another great show for you. We have some great guests on the show. We have Dr. Brittany Perry. She's the Director of Developmental Medicine at Nemours Children's Health. And then Skylar Austin. She's a parent that helped with the community funding for the program project. So let's chat about that. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you. So I'm going to jump to Skylar. Skylar, tell me a little bit about this community funding program.
So this community funding program was put together by Dr. Brittany Perry, and it has been, we've had one so far,
yes.
But I can tell you that one walk has empowered me to do much more and to build our network even stronger together. So
yes.
It has been incredible.
Awesome.
We've taken a walk through Alapocus Park in
Beautiful
which is
park.
a state. Yes, absolutely.
Beautiful park.
And as you mentioned, you love to just look at what God created and just having that surrounded by us.
That nature, right?
The nature, the support, the conversation, the movement, everything. It has been very inspirational and empowering.
I love.
You should join us.
You know what? I was going to say that. Like, when is the next walk? 'Cause I don't mind. I love walking. I love it. When is the next walk?
May 14th.
Oh, that's the weekend of the bike ride, right?
Yes.
Well, I guess I got to miss the bike ride.
There's so many great events that are coming back, and it's something that is uplifting for the community. But even just me thinking about it, I'm like, oh, that's right, that event. Oh, it's so nice to hear that they're able to come back, because there are some nonprofits and some organizations that were not able to pivot and still have not been able to figure it out to return because of what this pandemic has done. So it's really nice to hear that we're able to get back to things and events are coming back. So it's super exciting. Now, let's talk about Autism Awareness Month, because this is what it's benefiting. So let's chat on that, and I'll let Dr. Perry go for it.
So Autism Awareness Month is so important because I think it allows people to raise awareness for autism, but also to promote acceptance. And then also to initiate change for children with autism and individuals with autism. So I think, is it okay if I talk a little bit about the walk?
Yes.
Okay. Please. Oh, yes. This is your interview. We're just here.
We're just here.
So Nemours Children's Health has a new mission called Well Beyond Medicine. And we know that the health of our children goes beyond the care that we provide them in our clinics. It's factors that affect their health in their home, in their schools, and also in their communities. And so I care for children with autism in my clinic, but one of the things that I noticed from doing this for a few years is just how much stress the parents are facing. And there's so many different factors that, that lead to parent stress for parents with children with autism. Complex daily routines, challenging behaviors, developmental delays, needing to access developmental services and school-based services, feelings of worry and anxiety, feelings of guilt, and then add a pandemic into that, and that really increases the stress. So I thought to myself, how can we make this better? And in light of Stress Awareness Week, I think there's 3 things that really are key to being healthy. And those are physical activity, being outdoors, and having friends, and being around people who understand each other. And so Skylar is the mom of one of my patients, and we thought, let's do a walk. Let's bring people together and get people outside, get people moving, and start helping people build friendships. And so then we developed the We Walk Together program, and we received funding from the Nemours Community Funding Program, which provides funding for Nemours associates who have an idea to help the community. And so that funding helps to provide transportation and childcare for families who want to attend. Walking is free, but we need to get people here.
Yes.
And so we had our first one. I think it was great, and people really enjoyed it.
Yes.
That's what I was going to ask you. Like how many people showed up for the first one, and how did they receive it?
We had 9 show up for the first one. And as far as people receiving it, I've received text messages, when's the next one? This was great.
Love it. There we
Yes.
go.
So we're building friendships.
Building, that's right. And whether it is 1, 9, or 900, it's still a success.
Yeah.
And that you're doing something that is impacting the community and bringing awareness. And that is what's most important. And as long as you stay focused on that, it will continue to grow and thrive. And I'm a firm believer in bringing awareness to autism, autism awareness. I'm a firm believer in making, events and creating events and having, functions where the community can come together and educate themselves about it. Because the word autism has become a word that people are more well aware of. However, I don't think they understand it.
I agree.
Right? So why don't you tell our viewers, how can they understand what is autism?
Well, autism looks different for everyone.
Right.
What autism looks like for us is difficulty with transitions, meltdowns, difficulty with change, but I'll let Dr. Perry go into the medical portion of that.
Yeah, so I think children with autism may have difficulty with communication. So they may have challenges with using language to communicate, but also nonverbal communication, so eye contact and gesture use. They may have difficulty engaging with others or playing, with their play skills. And they, as Skylar mentioned, they may have difficulty with transitions, may have sensory differences, and may have repetitive behaviors. But I do think that you hit on that quite appropriately, is that autism does look different. Skylar loves the saying, if you met one child with autism, you met one child with autism.
That's right.
So true.
And every child has different strengths and different challenges.
Yes.
So about 3 years ago, I went to, Nemours was having something in Philadelphia at the Marion Theater. And you are so right, Skylar, it looks different. From my vantage point from, the black community, like I went in there and I'm looking at, like you said, the kids, they transition and they communicate different. I didn't know, like sensory issues. It was a sensory show with the Grinch, and the music could be too loud.
Yes.
You know, and we're looking at it in the black community. We can look at the kids, maybe in the white community too, and say that kid is bad, but not understanding that kid might have a certain, is it hard to say, level of autism or being autistic, because there's certain things. It could be the light in the room. It can be like Madison. Madison has seizures. She has, I think they call it photogenic seizures. She got 100 seizures a minute when she sees the sun. It just, and is that a level of autism? So there are different levels of autism that kids, like you said, just they can all be different.
Yes.
My question is, what should parents do? Is there a test they can take? What would you suggest for parents to say, you know what, I need to get my child tested?
Yeah, I think the very first step, if parents have concerns about their child's development, is talk to their pediatrician. And it starts with a conversation. So bringing your concerns to your pediatrician, and then they can help initiate the next steps for evaluation and intervention.
Yes, yes, and I know a little bit about autism. I own a restaurant in northern Delaware called V&M Bistro. It's an Italian restaurant, and I've been a part of the restaurant industry for my whole life, third generation, and I've hired individuals who experience autism or have a level, and they all different, like you said. It's not one size fits all. No, it's very different, and they are the best workers, the best individuals, because they want to do a good job. And they know that they have a disability, and I don't like to call it a disability, but they know that they have that, and they want to make sure that they do a good job. And the sensory part is something that we have to work on, because I can't control the sound in the kitchen, especially in the kitchen with the pots and pans and the cooking, and we need this order, and the chef is yelling for this order. I can't control that, but there are ways of coping with that, like earplugs, because that helps. But I think that when it comes to working with someone who has autism, is having the conversation and educating. And I always explain to people who don't quite understand that it's okay if you don't understand, but let's talk about it. And it's something that I'm learning, and I'm still learning, because like you said, one person may have a different level, and we don't know until you get to know them. But I'm always learning, and to this day, I have individuals who have autism on my staff, and they are the best workers.
I like to say we're the ones with the disability. You know, that's all I like. I'm the one that's screwed. You know what I mean?
No, you're not.
But hey,
no,
I am.
You're not. Nobody's perfect.
That's a whole nother show.
Nobody's perfect, Ivan. Nobody's perfect. We're all striving to better ourselves, and I think what Dr. Perry and Skylar are doing here is helping, bring awareness to individuals who have autism. Now, you have the event coming up. Now, you did say it is a free event to attend? Okay. Now, but there has to be a need.
Need camera, where my need camera?
Yeah, there has to be a need, right? So where's the need? Let them know about the
camera
need
right
camera.
there. Tell the community what you need.
We need you to register.
Straight to the point.
Yes. There is a flyer, and there's a QR code on there to make it very easy. You just snap it on your phone, and boom, you are registered. So we need you to register and show up.
We'll make sure that we put the code on the screen, the QR code, through the duration of the show.
Amazing.
On the
Thank
screen.
you very much.
And they can register right there.
Amazing.
All right.
Thank you. And Vincenza, thank you so much for supporting our community and what you're doing.
Yes.
It's huge.
Thank you. No, it's my honor. But I think that having this conversation and saying that it's okay. It's okay to be different, right?
Yes.
We love to be different, right?
Different, not less.
Exactly. Well, we wish you so much luck at the event. I hope it's a success, and many more will be very successful as well. Thank you, ladies, for coming on the show.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
You're my guest.
I'm
right?
coming. I'm gonna come.
We're gonna walk together.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Awesome.
There you have it. Make sure you go to, what's the website? Their website?
So you can either email swankautismcenter@nemours.org, or we can share the flyer with the QR code.
There you go. And you excited?
Always excited. Another great interview. Great things happening in our
Superhero.
community.
We should change the name to Superheroes in Delaware.
I love that idea. This name of the show keeps changing all the time.
We'll be right back with the DE Center for Justice.
DETV has been Delaware's premium provider of creative digital and broadcasting solutions that bridges communities and connects people. We create great stories for all audiences. We deliver independent news throughout Delaware. We are digital platform innovators. And we develop marketing and sales solutions so you can stay connected to your audience. Now, why do we do what we do here on DETV? We do it because we care. So, keep watching and follow us on all of our social media platforms. Remember, DETV, online, on air, on time.
The day I got arrested was a blessing because it was the end of one chapter of my life and it was the beginning of another. I deserved a clean slate.
Now that clean slate legislation has passed in Delaware, we must ensure that the bills are effectively implemented so qualified people will get the second chance they deserve. To learn more, visit cleanslatede.org.
Government doesn't make a move without an agenda, some type of plan. The problem is we haven't been on the agenda. Sometimes we're overlooked. Sometimes our interests aren't the interests of those in power. I'm your host, Kerwin Gaines, on DETV's new show, The Agenda. We're going to do our best to ensure that you, Delawareans, are knowledgeable about what's going on in the Assembly. Federal government, local government, it doesn't matter. We're going to do our best to ensure that folks that make the agenda on a daily basis have to answer for it. Let them explain what they're doing. If it affects you, it's on the agenda.
And up next, we have Kailyn Richards, the Director of Policy for DE Center of Justice, Corie Priest, Community Engagement Specialist, and Ms. Danette Butler, founder of Pardon Me Project. Welcome to Good Morning Wilmington.
Yes.
Thank you for having us.
You three are really making some moves here in Wilmington right now, in Delaware. I want to shortchange and say Wilmington, but Delaware in a whole.
Yeah, absolutely. It's honestly thanks to Corie Priest, who reached out to Ms. Butler and I for the opportunity. So all thanks to Corie.
That's right.
All right, Corie.
That's right.
Yeah,
Mike, she's like, that's right.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, so it's important to note that the month of April is Second Chances Month for all of our folks who have returned home from incarceration with adverse backgrounds. And it's also equally important that we are hosting, along with Delaware Center for Justice, our office at the Attorney General's office, Ms. Butler, Parents with Incarcerated Children and Pardon Me Project, ODS, just a list of agencies who came together for this project, this event, so folks can clear their records.
we're gonna talk, this right here, watch this, Viv. Second chances, why is it so important for you?
Well, for me, personally and professionally, I've done time, came home from jail incarceration in 2011 with a felony conviction, and just in 2019, our legislator and Darius Brown helped push the bill to expunge felony convictions. And so I have my pardon and my record is completely clear. So, it's hugely important for me to even spread the word and get this event out there so folks can have that second chance, right?
Yes.
We're not our worst mistake.
Right.
And,
That's right.
our convictions shouldn't hold us back from living a prosperous and great life.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, I'm a firm believer in second chances, and what you're doing is so important, so important to give hope. Because we're not perfect. We make mistakes, and someone made one bad decision that could change their life forever. And the second chance is what we need.
Absolutely.
So I commend you for doing what you're doing, Corie. So thank you, and then being the example to our youth and even adults.
Yeah.
So this is for all ages.
All ages.
All ages. Very good.
Yes, it's for all ages. So some people may have juvenile records, which means that they were either charged or convicted with a crime under the age of 18, or if you were charged or convicted over the age of 18, then that means you have an adult record. But this event is for juvenile and adult records.
Oh, wow.
And so surprisingly, well, it's actually not surprising, but you'll see a lot of adults, people who are, my age, 30, 40 years old, who still have records from when they were 17.
Yes.
And a lot of the times people think that those things automatically fall off your record once you turn 18, but it doesn't. You know, it's still visible when folks go to run your background. So you definitely want to take care of it.
Yes.
What is the difference between an expungement and a pardon?
So the key difference that I like to tell everybody is that an expungement will remove something from your record. So it's almost like it's erased. It's not visible when someone does a background check on you. You don't have to report it when you're asked, you know, to check that box or have you ever been charged or convicted with a felony. You don't have to report it. Pardon, on the other hand, a pardon still shows up on your record. It's seen as a forgiveness letter from the governor, let's say that. So it's basically saying that you've been forgiven for the crime that you committed. You no longer have to serve any time. You don't have to pay any fines, fees, or restitution. You've been pardoned. And the difference is that, again, you don't have to report it if you're granted an expungement, but a pardon, you have to report it. And that's why it's really important that our legislators expand the expungement eligibility, because even if you still have to report, you know, a crime or conviction, it could still impact you negatively if you have to, you know, explain your situation to an employer or to a housing authority. It could still impact your record. So it's not, you know, pardons aren't horrible. They're still a good thing, but it's not as good as an expungement, in my opinion.
Yeah, and the pardon also restores your constitutional rights.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Everything.
So, but a pardon restores your constitutional rights. And so that's, you know, when you want to, so you want to protect yourself, or you want to get these occupational licenses that sometimes escapes us because of our convictions. The pardon restores all that.
Wow.
Ms. Butler, how did you come up with and why did you come up with the Pardon Me project?
I was a 20-year correctional officer. I worked for every prison in Delaware besides Sussex County. And at one point in time, my son came through those doors. So that was probably one of the hardest moments in my life, my only child. And then him being back and forth in jail and coming out and coming out and coming back, he succumbed to the drugs. So it took a lot. I mean, I was messed up, and I just like, I got to take this pain and turn it into a purpose. And that's what I did. I started the Parents with Incarcerated Children. I was helping parents with their children coming out of prison, getting them jobs, getting them resources, make sure they had everything foundation when they got outside that prison wall. They didn't have to go look for nothing. They had a little money. We took them to probation and parole. When Corie used to be at the Achievement Center, I would come down there and pick them up, make sure they got to their probation officers and parole to make sure, and then I brought them right back to the Achievement Center. You know, but I would feed them before I took them in there. And make sure that means they're coming back, you know. So I started that was my first program that I started. And after that, down the line, I knew that they had to get their records clean, because there wasn't no sense in them getting out and then not having their records expunged or pardoned. And like Corie, as well as they both said that the pardon relieves you from some things, but the expungement relieves you from everything. So when they pull your record up, you will never see it again. So that's how the Pardon Me project came about. I started doing pardons and expungement like 3 years after I started my organization of Parents with Incarcerated Children.
How many people have you helped?
Over 700 people.
Wow.
By yourself?
I've been doing it for 15 years.
Wow.
She got like a 99% success rate.
Yes, and what Miss Butler does
You see this face?
It's so much different than what, you know, the usual programs do, because Miss Danette goes out and she does those hard things for people. She goes out to the courthouse and she gets your paperwork. She pays for your paperwork. She makes sure you get to the appointments that you need to get to. And so a lot of that heavy lifting that most people have to do, even when they come through some of our programs, Miss Danette Butler takes care of people unlike I have ever seen before.
Yeah, she was staying at the pardon hearing, literally, and testify on your behalf. Like every single one.
She did for you?
She didn't do it for me. But you know, every time someone calls me, Corie,
Ms. Butler.
Yeah, Ms. Butler.
Wow.
Every single time. There's not one person that called me for that type of support that I have not referred to Ms. Butler.
So we have Ms. Butler in the street. We have you two in the office and in the street.
You have the Apex Project too. Don't dismiss them. They're doing a lot of great
Now, what is
stuff.
that?
So it's the Adult Pardon and Expungement Program that's ran through the Department of Labor. Dominic Truitt, she does a phenomenal job. She'll be at the Expungement Fair also, the Second Chances Fair. Does a phenomenal job, she and her team. So we don't want to dismiss their work.
No,
They're doing a lot of great work with the capacity. And they need more employers though, because employees, because their capacity is up to their ears. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm total as shocked right now. You got to forgive me, because just to hear about. I know Corey's my little cousin, right? And I know the story with Corie, but to hear these two and like what they're doing, I know Kailyn. Miss Butler is my first time meeting Miss Butler.
She's an angel.
Oh, that walks among us.
Am I correct?
Everyone needs a Miss Butler in their lives.
Yes, you are an angel. What you're doing, and it clearly you're passionate about it because it hits home for you.
Yes, ma'am.
And you want to help others.
Yes, ma'am.
And help them find their way again.
Yes, ma'am.
And I love that. I adore that. I knew when you walked through the room that you were someone special. I knew it. I felt the energy when you walked through the room, Ms. Danette, and I'm honored to be in your presence because of what you're doing for individuals. And thank you, because we need more role models like you, speaking on behalf, like you said, going through the paperwork, which could be the hardest thing to do for so many people. The paperwork is confusing, I'm sure, and where to go, and then transportation to get there. We know we can't rely on public transportation sometimes, and the fact that you are holding these individuals' hands to help them get to a second chance. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Of course.
So what is needed, and this is for all three, to have a successful event?
Yes.
Because it sounds like you're already having successful events.
Yes.
People are showing up left and right.
Yeah.
What do you need?
So in order to run a successful expungement clinic, the first thing that I found out that we need is money. We need to be able to offer people financial assistance with very little limitations as possible. So for this April 28th event, what we want people to do is just show up. And thanks to Amazon for funding this event, we can do that.
Right.
We can tell people, we'll cover your fingerprints, which is $52. We'll cover your mandatory expungement application, which is $75. We'll cover your pardon fees, which could range from $15 to $200, $300. And again, Ms. Danette pays for all this. And so being able to offer people that financial assistance is absolutely key. But also promising them that there will be someone like Ms. Butler who will be able to hold their hand through the process. That is really what it takes to get people there and through the process. It's just financial assistance and legal assistance, or assistance with the paperwork or the process, what have you.
So go ahead, Corie.
Yeah, I think we need employers too who are kind of felon-friendly employers to be there to offer jobs to some of our folks who are coming to our event. A lot of folks are looking for employment, but their adverse backgrounds kind of hinders that possibility. And so if we have employers in our community who are willing to be there and offer their employment services and jobs to the folks who are coming in those doors, that'd be extremely helpful.
I can mention one industry that would be very open to partnering is the restaurant industry. The restaurant industry, we are a firm believer in second, third, fourth, fifth chances because nobody's perfect. And we don't judge. We do not judge. I have all walks of life that come through my restaurant. They're the best workers, the best individuals. I love listening to their stories, and I learn something every single time. But I know that the restaurant industry is very open to partnering, especially in the state of Delaware. So definitely make a connection because we have to help each other. Absolutely. We have to.
How often do you have these expungement events?
Well, I can speak for the Delaware Center for Justice, and then I'll let you go, Mr. Next. I know you do this work year-round, 24/7, 365 days a year. But at the Delaware Center for Justice, we try to hold these programs at least 2 times a year, whether it's virtual or in person. For April 28th, we're going to offer both options. So we're going to have a virtual option. You can just join Zoom and speak with an attorney or an advocate who can talk to you about your eligibility as well as what the next steps will be. Another thing that we have planned for the April 28th event, like Corie said, is the employment fair. And we're also going to have some community resource partners there as well. So folks who can, help people with reentry and such. And so when we have these events twice a year, we want to make sure that we bring in as many partners as possible. So Corie named a handful, but there's so many more partners who are on board for this event. And so we try to do it, twice, 3 times a year, but it really depends on the resources and how much funding we have available.
Yeah, because the lift is heavy, right? When you have ODS, you have the SBI, the courts, and that's a heavy lift to make that happen. Probably more than 3 or 4 times a year. But we want to do a statewide event subjected to Newcastle County and Sussex. Our last one was at New Destiny, right around the time that the bill passed in 2019, and right before COVID hit. We had it at New Destiny Fellowship. The same setup. You come in. You register, they hand you your criminal history right there. So and then you'll go over here and talk to an attorney who can say, hey, you can get this stuff expunged, or you might have to go get a pardon first. So this
give you the advice that you need.
Yeah, this is a very dynamic event. That's, it's not just an informational session. You can actually get something out of this one.
Those dates one more time?
Thursday, April 28th.
All right, and that's going to be held where?
The Route 9 Library in Newcastle, Delaware.
There you have it.
12 to 6.
12 to 6.
Yeah, free food, free everything.
And they have to pre-register, correct?
You don't have to pre-register. Walk-ins are available. Walk-ins are, more than welcome to come. However, we do, would like you to pre-register so we can get a sense of what type of assistance you need. But walk-ins are more than welcome.
Is there anything else? I think this is dynamic. I think this is an amazing thing for our state and the people that we know in the community. Is there anything else that you want to tell the people before we get out of here?
I would, because if you're still on probation or parole, you do not qualify for the program. A lot of people come and they say, well, you're supposed to come. So we just want to make that clear.
Understood.
Because if you're still on parole or if you're still on probation, you cannot get a pardon or expungement because you're still being handled by the system. Yes.
And that's something that we really need to change because I talked about this a little bit last week, but for people on probation, I'll give you an example. So let's say I'm on probation for a crime that I committed and was convicted of 10 years ago, and I'm still on probation and I get accused of committing another crime, but that crime is dropped in my favor because I didn't do it. But it's still on my record. But because I'm on probation, I can't get it expunged.
Right.
And so I understand the logic behind, because people are still in the system, maybe we should hesitate to give them an expungement, but really it's hindering people from thriving. It's stopping folks from getting a job. And that example comes from, a phone call that I had with a young lady 3 weeks ago. And she is now hopeless because she can't get an expungement. She turned her life around, was, meeting her probation requirements. She had a job. And ended up losing the job because of this new offense that was on her record.
Wow.
And she comes to me for an expungement because if a charge was dropped in your favor, then it's eligible for a mandatory expungement. And so, they thought she'll be eligible, but she's not because she's on probation.
Right.
Oh, man.
And so that's how that works. Like we think we're.
How do we change that?
Call your legislators. Please call your legislators and let them know how you feel. Absolutely. Make sure you write the I'm sorry, Corie. Talk to the Attorney General as well. Talk to Corie Priest, actually.
Right.
Corie Priest is a community engagement specialist. Talk to Corie Priest. He knows who the right people to talk to. But we can't stay quiet on these issues.
No. We have to speak loud and clear and louder.
Yes. So my biggest ask is please support Ms. Danette Butler. She's doing this stuff boots to the ground. She's coming out of her own pocket for our community. And if we have anybody in our community who would like to support Ms. Danette Butler, please do so. She's a phenomenal person. She's an angel, so we need to support and wrap her.
You have a contact number or something that people can?
Yes, I have a website.
A website? Oh,
yes.
What's your website?
It's called PardonMeProject.org. Also, my number is 302-397-9185. My office number is 302-764-4952.
I know your number by heart.
Thank you three so much for coming on.
Thank you so much.
Really appreciate it.
We just want everybody to come out, that can come out, get an opportunity of this. It's free.
Free.
I mean, it's free with me
Free
anyway.
$99.
But when you could get it free this big and get everything that you, one-stop shop, it's nowhere in the world you should just sit home and don't do that.
I know that's right. I know that's right. Thanks again, you guys.
Thank
Make sure
you.
you got so you got right now. I'm marking y'all down as regulars. They come on Good Morning Wilmington and talk about what's going on.
Absolutely.
Is that cool?
Yes.
Is that cool?
That's cool.
All right,
That's cool.
all right.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure.
Thank you.
All right, and we'll be right back with Robert Turner of We Are One and my main man Droop. All right, we'll be right back after these messages.
How would I describe DETV?
DETV is a group of us who are just doing what we love to do best, and that's bringing Delawareans the news that's been missing for far too long in TV news.
DETV to me is a bunch of hardworking professionals that come in and day out to provide the best content, the best programming that we can provide because we care about this state and the viewers and the residents, our neighbors, our communities, our families, our friends. And we want to just provide them with the best content possible, and we're so privileged to be able to do so.
I would describe DETV as a powder keg. Energy undefined.
Welcome back, welcome back. Good morning, Wilmington. We are here with We Are One Basketball. The coach, Rob Turner, the assistant coach, my main man, Droop, along with I'm going to call him the #1 point guard in the state of Delaware, Mr. Amir Hite. He's like, yes. He's
Speak
like,
it into existence.
Yeah, he's here.
He's
here. And
He's here.
what was top 15 player in the state?
Yes.
Top 15 player in the state. And he's an honor roll student, so shout out to Mr. Hite right here. Good job.
Yes.
All right, We Are One Basketball. Let's talk about it. How'd y'all guys get together? You and Droop get together?
Actually, me and Droop were competitors against one another when we were growing up. So we decided to join our forces, our knowledge, our resources to try to help these kids.
Yeah. So Droop used to always, I remember growing up, I used to always see Droop grabbing the basketball, going to the court. That's all you saw him do. He would get off the bus and go right to the court. That was his thing. What does it mean for you to work with the kids from the same city that we grew up, the same state that we grew up, and to see them change their lives?
It's a big deal for me because I've actually been doing it since 2008. So I've touched so many different groups of youth, like to the point where even one of them is playing in the NBA right now.
Get out.
Really?
So what's your why?
My why is because there wasn't a lot of people doing what I was doing for me that I'm trying to do for them.
What's your why, Drew?
My why is to help the next generation leave this place that we call Earth better than what they found it in. That's for all the reasons. That's what I'm pushing for, to make whole-rounded young men, turning them into men. Like, because a lot of them come from the same circumstances as you and I. Me in particular, like single-parent homes, and these opportunities right here can change not just their lives, but the trajectory of their whole family, you know? Just being seen by college, doesn't matter if it's big or small, you can get an education paid for, it can change a lot of things. And I know the value and importance of that, because it happened to me and my brother twice.
That's right. Mr. Hite, what are you getting from not just playing basketball, but seeing these two black men around you on the court and off the court?
I'm getting exposure, I'm getting an opportunity to like meet new people and go new places and just have different experiences and like a good foundation and you know, just learning like values, how to be a man, you know.
Nice, nice. It's fundraising season coming up. Fundraising season coming up, and it takes a lot. It takes a lot to run a basketball team. I can only imagine the cost. What do you need?
We need people that want to help to actually help.
Is that just monetary money, or is it coaches?
It could be anything, like basketballs. Like some people have company vans that just sitting there not doing anything. I don't know the procedures for allowing people to use it or not, but like for instance, it costs over $100 a night to rent a van.
Right.
But you might have a van that you could let us use. It'll cost us next to nothing.
And you're a nonprofit, so that helps out tremendously right there. Because if you have a van, if you have something that you can help these brothers out, it's tax deductible. Just write it off.
And it's greatly appreciated.
And greatly appreciated. It's called paying it forward. That's what it's called. Wow. What do you think, Vin?
Well, I think that clearly there is a need, but also the fact that it's got to be fun for you, Amir, right?
Definitely.
Playing basketball, let's talk about the fun part about it,
it's
right?
very fun.
So it's fun, and it offers you an opportunity to not only be yourself on the court, but also showcase your skills.
Right.
And that's confidence building right there. And that's something that R1 is, We Are One 17U basketball team is offering. Confidence building.
Yeah, that's impact.
That's a major impact, and you can't really learn that going to school every day.
Right.
You learn that on the court. And you are building, the fact that, how old are you?
I'm 17.
17, able to get on live television and speak
Say,
and
I
not be
scored
nervous.
25. I gave 25.
I scored 40 before though.
Okay, no.
25 just with this program.
Okay.
But I feel that the confidence that you're learning, in not only in school but being an honor roll student, but on the court, you're able to put yourself in any situation and be able to speak. And that's something that is so valuable. As you continue to grow and pursue your career ambition, you'll apply those skills in your everyday career. So the benefits of being a part of the basketball team is much more valuable than maybe most people think. And I'm a firm believer in sports and athletics. I grew up playing sports. I was a tomboy. I love sports. My parents put me in soccer, swimming, and I was always exposed to athletes. And there's a different competitiveness that we learn that we apply not just in school, but in our careers. So I'm all about what you're doing. And I could just, again, the fact that when I was 17, I was not able to get on camera and put 2 words into a sentence. If you would have known me as a teenager.
17 years old, I wasn't worried about this. I was trying to make some money.
The fact that you're able to just jump right on and start, impressive. But that's what you're learning, playing basketball, and what you gentlemen are offering these young men, these opportunities.
Now, Rob, how long have you been doing this?
I've been coaching since 2008, but Amir has actually been with me since he was in the 7th grade.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right.
Excellent.
How much does it cost to sponsor a team?
This particular team, if one company wanted to pay for everything that we're trying to do, it could be easily done for $9,000.
Okay.
But we're not asking for someone to pay for everything. We just asking for some help.
Oh, we're asking for someone to pay for everything.
Yeah, everything.
Well, if he's not asking, I'm asking for someone to pay for everything.
Right. We need the support, we need the help, and they need the support and they need the help. So if you're out there, you need to help support this team, because we need to give more opportunities to these young men, because we want to be able to get to the NBA, and before you know it, wait, do you have a goal? Do you have a goal?
Just to provide for my family and my mom. That's my goal.
There you go. There you go. Look, if Bones can come out of Wilmington, he can come out of Wilmington. So that's what's up. Is there anything else you want to tell the people about your organization I might have missed?
A lot of the names and faces that you associate basketball with from Delaware, they all at least played for We Are, not necessarily for me, but for We Are One. So we can go Eric Ayala, Amir Ali, Kareem Yule, Bones Highland, who you just mentioned, Zach Kent, who's at Delaware State right now, Miles Kell, who's at Seton Hall. He played for We Are One during his middle school year. So a lot of these kids know and can tell you what We Are One has done for them.
What's unique about We Are One?
I don't know what's unique about it, but I think the people that's involved with it attracts a quality family, parent, child.
Yeah, I can say that. I can speak on that as well, being as though I'm like the newest member to the WERI family. This is my second summer. That's what drew me close away from the Silk League. It was like the family atmosphere, just the bonds that I seen that they was creating with their players away from the basketball court, and their dedication to making them better people and men, young men and citizens is A1.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Now, you said it, Silk League. That's why I was trying to remember the other organization. Upcoming games and how do people try out for We Are One?
Tryouts for We Are One are normally take place in March, like right after the high school season for kids in the high school age group. Upcoming games for our particular team, we're traveling to Pittsburgh Friday morning. We play Friday night. The tournament after that, we're going to Hampton, Virginia.
Nice.
So like, and those particular tournaments, college coaches, like the guys you see on TV, Jay Wright, like there's a good chance they're going to be sitting right there watching you play.
Yeah.
So like, it's just something that doesn't necessarily happen all that often here for our kids.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, an opportunity to be discovered.
Absolutely.
And that's powerful.
You just want to be
and
sleeping.
and you guys are offering that.
Yeah, all we want is a chance.
That's it.
Yes,
That's
yes.
it.
No, so Amir, tell us a little bit about where do you go to school and whatnot. So because we didn't touch on that before we did off camera, but I want to let our viewers know where you go to school and whatnot.
I go to school in Dover High School. I've been there for 3 years now. I'm a junior, and I play baseball, basketball. I used to play football, but don't really play anymore. I don't like getting hit. But yeah, really, I'm just looking for an opportunity to get a free education. That's what I'm working towards in my school and getting good grades, and that's really what I want to do.
Nice, nice. And I want to talk about you guys' basketball careers. What did y'all do? Because I know y'all dropped like 50 on when it was y'all day.
I can't agree with you with that, but I played my high school basketball at John Dickinson High School. At least that was the name at that time. They changed the name. My coach was Jim Sonny Reeler. I played junior college basketball at Salem Community College, and I also played in the Stormer Classic growing up as well.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Wilmington kid. I went to Christiana for 2 years, and then I transferred to the Lutheran Prep Academy of Philadelphia, where I played under the legendary Darryl Schofield, the late legendary Darryl Schofield. He presented me with an opportunity to go to college, but unfortunately the night before I went to go to college, I broke my arm playing in the basketball tournament down Crisis. And that sidelined me, and after that I just went to Salem Community College a year after Rob, where I played. And then after that, we just started the Silk League, and we've been running since.
Right. Wow, I didn't know that story, Drew.
Yeah.
I did not know that story.
Yeah.
All right, y'all high school Hall of Fame. Who you got on your high school Hall of Fame in Delaware? Because you know that's a big conversation on Stormer's show.
You mean my top 5?
Your top 5, baby.
Delaware Hoopers.
Come on.
I'll go first.
This is the top thing on Stormer's show.
I'll go after Rob.
Go ahead.
Guys that I actually saw play, I like Lenny Brown. I like Ralph Blaylock. I like Lloyd Price. I like Tel Davis. And I gotta say Rob Turner too. That's my cousin that played for Wilmington High School.
Yeah, he was a beast.
Yeah, that's 5 for me.
Who you got, Drew?
Well, I got Lenny Brown, Ralph Blaylock.
It's hard.
Nah, it is, but it really ain't. Torian Temple. Lloyd Price.
Right.
And I'm ended off with Mr. Sig, Corie Curtis.
Okay. There you have it. I need y'all to come on a sports show. We got a sports show.
Yeah,
Need y'all come on there. I think they would kill it with Nick.
Yeah, it's
All right.
another opportunity to get the word out too.
Yeah.
So that if we can help in any way
We'll help.
possible. Good Morning Wilmington at DETV, we're always here to help the community, but help young men like you, Amir, because that's what we need to showcase. We need to let you shine. Because this is your opportunity to showcase what you're doing, not only your athletic skills. And I'm sorry to interrupt.
no,
I'm
you're good.
I'm
You're
all
good.
about promoting our youth.
Yeah.
And letting them know that we still need more support. We still need more help. I mean, Amir, you're so well spoken. Thank Mom for that.
Where the moms at?
Yeah,
Where the
where's
moms?
Mom?
Come on, Mom.
Thank
Come here, Mom. Come here.
She's
Come here, Mom. Just hop behind them real quick. Come on, Mom.
We
We celebrate moms around here.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
We celebrate moms around here. You can hop right behind them, Mom. We celebrate moms.
Thank you,
right here.
Mom.
Sorry.
Yes,
Very,
Mom.
very,
Sorry.
very supportive.
That's your baby. Are you proud of him?
My oldest baby. I'm very proud.
Very, very
Awesome.
supportive.
Awesome.
Yes, yes.
Have you noticed a change in him?
I mean, he's good to the core. He really is. He's always been a good kid, you know, but I definitely have realized with him being a part of this family, a part of basketball, that it's well-rounding. It's making him very well-rounded. So
There you go.
Yes.
That's what sports do. And two good role models.
Yes.
That's what happens.
We thank our mothers all the time.
Yeah.
So it's
and just a plug as a parent, you know, the support is definitely well appreciated, because it can be very costly as a parent to keep them on this track, you know, for them to be a part of these great programs. So
There you have it.
any help is very needed.
I think Mom done sold the fundraising.
Yes,
today.
she
The impact alone. Thanks a lot, Mom. We really appreciate you.
thank
We
you.
appreciate you guys for what you're
Thank
doing.
you.
So if any of my close-hearted friends out there are paying attention and would like to drop, anything from $1 to $5,000, it's a tax deductible. They're a nonprofit. Contact Rob Turner or Droop. Where can they contact you at?
I'm very active on Facebook. My real name, Robert Turner. There's a team, We Are One 17 Youth Select team page on Facebook. There's one on Instagram as well. And I'm around too, I'm easy to find.
Right. I love it. Guys, thank you so much, Mom. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Vin, it's over. It's over, babe.
Yes.
To Monday.
Till Monday.
To Monday.
We got to get through the weekend first.
Oh God.
We have to survive the
I know,
weekend.
that's right. Survive the weekend. I don't know what's going up in our neck of the woods this weekend, but one thing, remember, don't speed on 95. They're handing out tickets. What else is it? The state of Delaware is giving $300 back to people for the gas because of gas, and you are to make sure you donate to the We Are One basketball team.
Yes.
So these young guys, these great, awesome young men could take other young men outside of Delaware to show them sportsmanship, to show them togetherness, to just build a whole culture within our own community. All right? What's $500? Get it.
Yes.
All right? So I will see you in Vin. We'll
Yes.
see you at V&M Bistro.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate the
plug. You got the
I
plug.
love the plug. Thank you. We're all about supporting locals, supporting each other, because we have to uplift each other. That's what's most important. And we have to make sure we thank our sponsors.
Yes.
Thank our sponsors. We have Wi-Fly, Out and About Magazine, and CEB, which so excited
And
to.
Dart.
Yes.
Dart's coming back on board.
Yeah.
Yeah, girl, we're doing that.
All right, we have a lot of support.
Lot of support
Remember,
here.
it takes a village.
It takes a village. It takes a village. All right, we'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend. Love someone you don't know. Pay for someone's food that might be hungry. And just be a better person. It doesn't cost to be a better person. All right? And do good. Be the light that you want to be.